About Sir Lester naman po.
Yes, ka-pressure yung introduction ni Teacher Ad. So should I say, I am Teacher LeStar, and together, let us shine and make others shine too.
Wow naman.
Kayang-kaya. Nakakata naman, sir.
Oo, sana no, kahit pa paano. You were asking no kung ilang taon na. It's my 8th year. It's my 8th year with DepEd and the 9th in the teaching profession. And I'm also looking forward to, sharing my insights with my fellow teachers as regards RPMS. An amazing day po to our dear, passionate DepEd educators all over the Philippines. Ako po si Teacher LeStar. Together, let's shine and make others shine too. Maraming salamat po sa pagsama sa amin sa 3-day episode ng ating RPMS-PPST School Year 2020-2021 orientation. Samahan niyo po ako sa akin pang journey as a teacher. In this series, we will talk about the highlights and some practices and insights regarding the implementation of the RPMS-PPST. Join me in this journey toward teacher quality. Matapos po ang ating 3-day orientation on the Results-Based Performance Management System for School Year 2020-2021 via DepEd Philippines Facebook page, ay may mga natanggap po tayong katanungan and requests regarding the forms, tools, and some samples and other materials in relation to the implementation of RPMS for this school year. Actually, may isang sagot lang naman po sa mga requests na yan. At ito ay ang bit.ly/RPMS-PPST 2020-2021 na dapat ay memorize na po nating lahat because this Google Drive contains all the necessary forms and tools as well as the manuals and support materials na magagamit po natin as guide for this school year's RPMS. And on this video, we will quickly explore the content of this Google Drive. So there are several folders that contain the different tools and documents related to RPMS for this school year. Yung iba pong laman yan ay mga nagamit na natin in the previous school years, but there are some that are particular for this year's implementation. Sa unahang bahagi, makikita po natin, that's the DepEd Memorandum on the guidelines on the implementation of the RPMS for school year 2020-2021. I think it's going to be helpful for all of us teachers to really read the content of this memorandum as well as the supplemental document because this actually gives us a clear overview, if not a comprehensive discussion of the things and the procedures that we have to undertake this school year. The first folder that we will explore is the supplemental document and tools. Some of the basic tools that we use for RPMS are, of course, the RPMS tool, the COT RPMS, and the self-assessment tool or SAT RPMS. And all of those tools are actually found in this folder. Aside from that, the supplemental document, which I mentioned earlier, this contains the salient features and instructions for this year's RPMS implementation. Let's first take a look at the self-assessment tool or the SAT RPMS. Katulad po sa ibang tools and forms, we have to make sure that the document that we have has the phrase, in the time of COVID-19. That's how we assure that our copy is actually the one for this school year. This one is for the master teachers or for those who use the tool for highly proficient teachers. Of course, we also have this one, which is for teachers 1 to 3 or those who use the tool for proficient teachers. These self-assessment tools are actually used at the onset of the cycle. If we take a look at another folder, that's called Other Associated Tools, we will see the folders for the Electronic Self-Assessment Tool, or ESAT. This actually consists of 2 folders. The first one is for the teachers, This is the individual ESAT collection file. While the other one is the consolidation file, which will be used by our school heads, ICT coordinators, and other personnel at the division level. What's good about this resource is that it contains a 5-page manual on the utilization of the electronic self-assessment tool. So, guided po tayo, no, from the teachers up to the school head or ICT coordinator up to the division personnel. We are guided as to what we have to do and as to how we should operate the ESAT. Within the same folder, we will find the templates for the IPCRF DP or development plan, as well as the PMCF or the performance monitoring and coaching form, which I hope isa na po sa mga paborito nating lahat. Now, let's go back to the folder for the supplemental document and tools. Dito rin po natin makikita, of course, ang ating RPMS tool. We have one for the master teachers or those who are using the tool for highly proficient teachers. And of course, this green one is for teachers 1 to 3 or those who are using the tool for proficient teachers. Next are our classroom observation tools. Again, we have one for the master teachers and another for our teachers 1 to 3. Since we have to consider several circumstances and alternatives for this school year, this folder also comes with the FAQs, frequently asked questions, about a classroom observation. So kung kayo pa may mga katanungan pa regarding how you will conduct the classroom observation or regarding the alternatives appropriate in your context, then I guess there are answers that you can find in this document. At kapag tayong mga observers naman ay pupunta na po sa mga online class o di kaya naman manonood ng video lesson o pupunta sa LAC session or demonstration teaching via LAC session ng ating mga ratees, ay kinakailangang may dala tayong ONF or Observation Notes form. Isang template lamang po. This is both for the master teachers and teachers 1 to 3. After the observation, of course, we have to assign the corresponding ratings for the teacher's performance in the classroom. That's when we use the rating sheets. One template for the master teachers and another one for teachers 1 to 3. At this point, gagawa lang po tayo ng simpleng mapping, so do not be confused. Dahil nga tatlong objectives lamang or indicators ang makikita natin sa ating COT rating sheets. And it's important that we match them with their corresponding objectives on our RPMS tool. So tandaan po natin, ang ating COT indicator 1 ay RPMS objective 1. Ang ating COT indicator 2 naman ay RPMS objective 5. At ang ating COT indicator 3 ay RPMS objective 7. And to complete the process, kung meron pong 2 o 3 observers, we know very well that we have to arrive at a consensus and our final ratings should be reflected on our inter-observer agreement form. Ang kagandahan po ng form na ito ngayon ay hindi na makikita ang individual rating ng bawat observer. Instead, we will just see the consensual rating of the 2 or 3 observers. Meron lamang po tayong isang version ng inter-observer agreement form at iyon ay para lamang po sa teachers 1 to 3. Isa lamang po ang observer rater ni master teacher. So hindi na po kailangan ng inter-observer agreement form para sa mga master teachers. Our next stop is the support materials folder. So ito na, no, kung meron pa tayong gusto pang malaman and if there are confusions that we have to address, maaari po nating gamitin ang ating mga support materials. Una na po syempre ang ating RPMS manual. Kung ang inyo pong mga school or kayo personally ay nakapag-print na ng ating RPMS manual 2018, the blue one na nagamit na po natin in the previous years, okay pa rin po yan. You can still use it, but be sure to also get a copy of the supplemental document. This attachment contains some clarifications in relation to some of the contents of the blue manual or of the RPMS manual 2018. What's good about this attachment is that it contains the actual pages as well as the specific clarifications that we actually have to know. But of course, if you want an updated version, it's the green manual that you're looking for. It's the updated RPMS manual. Within the same folder for support materials, we can find the PPST resource packages that we can use in relation to this year's priority indicators. We also have the videos of practice, which we can use and watch to gain more insights as regards some of the PPST indicators. Now, if you are assigned to lead maybe LAC sessions or orientations in the division or school level, here's the facilitator's guide to help you. And here it is. Sa mga nagtatanong po kung nasaan yung mga slides na ginamit during the 3-day RPMS orientation at yung iba pang samples na ipinakita po ng ating hosts at iba pang guests, makikita po ang mga ito in the folder titled Slides Presentation. There you have it. I hope that you, dear teachers, will also find time to explore these resources and materials on your own because these will really help us in doing the different activities in the different phases of the RPMS cycle for this school year. See you!